Hi guys, it's Mike, and welcome back to GTFO, a supposedly fortnightly look at all the weird and wonderful gaming news just through the eyes of an over-cynical, tea-addled Brit. I wanted to start today by asking something of you. I want your stories, I want your gaming news, I want your weirdest gaming moments, and I want you to send them to me. I want to make a section of this show every fortnight or so that is made by you. I want your stories, and I want to share your screenshots, your videos, just things that have been weird or funny that have happened in the last couple of weeks. You can drop these all off to me on my email address, which is at the bottom of the screen. There it goes. There it's gone. Getting back into the gaming news, we start off with something that shook the internet. So Super Smash Bros. Is essentially a collection of Nintendo or other characters that duke it out on a stage. It's really popular, there's a huge competitive scene behind it, and there was great anticipation for the new character being revealed. So the new character was Steve from Minecraft, which, you know, I guess if you think about it in a weird enough way, it kind of fits. That's fine. I mean, you know, they could add whoever they want to. It's their game, they do whatever. The main issue comes from his victory screen, which, look, I'm going to say this straight out, it's a bit dirty. Or it's not dirty as in, it's just people like me who see the world slightly perversely. So Steve is apparently holding a pork chop, which is a common item you use in the game Minecraft to, like, refresh your food and heal yourself and stuff, I guess. But his victory pose makes his pork chop look a little bit suspect. As you can see, it looks like a penis. Disgusting! It just looks a bit like Steve just got a little bit overexcited with all the fighting. Mario's clapping for it though, he appreciates the big dong. Now this is only when the camera zooms in at the end, and, you know, a lot of people just brushed it under, but as I said, there were a few of us that did notice. I mean, it does make you wonder how this kind of thing got through product testing, but then we're talking about Nintendo, and we're talking about Minecraft. So their minds they're not on the same level as us, you see. Their minds are 100% purer than anything that's going on in our heads. The next news story is actually fairly close to this channel, is that Phasmophobia actually entered Steam's top 5 games played for last weekend. So for those of you who have been living under a rock, Phasmophobia is essentially a ghost hunting game that is very janky. Oh, he's here. I died. He spawned on top of me! It's very unfinished, and it's hilarious in most time. You and a bunch of friends, or on your own, which is how I've been playing it, venture into a haunted location and find the ghost using a variety of tools, and let's just say if you play it, you're gonna need adult-sized nappies. But it's one of those games that have just, it's resonated with people. It's unfinished, and people are just playing it. It is one of the top games on Twitch at the moment, and as I stated, it is one of the most played games on Steam of the last weekend. I mean, I'm not sure where the popularity has come from. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that it is most likely a combination of the comedy and the horror. The putting it together with a group of people having to work together, misinformation, it's a recipe for just entertainment. As I said though, the game is completely unfinished, so I'm not quite sure where the game's gonna go from here. Hopefully upwards, but we've seen a lot of games get really popular and just nosedive off after a while. I hope personally, because I really enjoy the game, that it does go from strength to strength. I think it's got a hell of a lot of promise. What I find really hilarious about this story is that there are companies out there who are making games for millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, and yet a small game developed by one person is more popular than a lot of them. I think that's amazing that indie games have that much of a reach, and it just shows you that you don't need all that money to be successful. You need a lot of luck. But look at Undertale. Look at what happened with that. That game just blew up. Still, I hope the game does well. I'm really, really enjoying it. And obviously, I've done videos and streams on it, so if you want to check those out, links are in the description for those. I'm going to keep it short for today, because I'm actually short on time, but we have one final story, and it is a revelation. So, hold on to your seat, or whatever the phrase is, sit yourself down, and be prepared. This is earth-shattering. Now, we all know the game Doom, and we all know the game's protagonist, Doom Guy. Now, recently, to celebrate the 26th anniversary of Doom 2, the game's creator, John Romero, shared a bit of an insight into the character Doom Guy's actual name. It was a question that was thrown up, and a lot of people have been speculating, and there's been a lot of theories, and it's just that everybody's trying to work out who he is and what his name is. But don't worry, John Romero has the answer for you, everyone. Be prepared. Are you ready? It's Doom Guy.
What? What the fuck?
I know, I've just felt the collective sighs of everybody out there. That is his name. He's not actually got a name. His name is just Doom Guy. That's it for the gaming news, but I wanted to add this at the end because it's nearly Halloween. It's Spooktober right now, and I wanted to add a little section at the end to recommend some of my favorite horror games to you if you want to play them. Being a kind of horror-focused channel, I felt that I could share some of my experiences with you. Now, we've already talked about Phasmophobia. Phasmophobia is a brilliantly scary game, especially if you have some friends you can play with. Another one of my favorite horror games is Alan Wake. It's criminally underrated. Hopefully we're going to get a sequel for it soon, but I highly recommend Alan Wake. Not so much American Nightmare, that's more kind of like a pulpy kind of game, but Alan Wake, the original, absolutely brilliant. Obviously, I couldn't recommend horror games without talking about Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Again, we've got a new Amnesia game coming soon, Amnesia Rebirth. Hopefully I'll be able to play that on the channel. But Amnesia: The Dark Descent is a fairly old game, but I think it's still scary to this day. I played through it last year, and it's still bloody scary. Again, couldn't go through a horror list without recommending Resident Evil. Resident Evil HD Remaster, which I did stream recently on the channel, is brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. It is scary as all balls, and I hope that if you haven't played it, you give it a chance, give it a playthrough. It is the true survival horror game, and it is still, I feel, especially the zombies, I still feel is scary to this day. And it's got something to do with the camera angles, the atmosphere, just everything about it just breeds terror. Obviously, feel free to recommend horror games to everybody in the comment section below if I've left anything out, which I've left out a lot. I just went from ones that came to my head first of all. And once again, if you've got a funny gaming story or a funny gaming situation or anything like that, please feel free to send it to me at the email address, again listed just down. Yeah. And this has been GTFO. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like. Also, if you're new here, why not consider subscribing for new daily videos? And once again, thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.